Hello friends and family of YouTube, it's Travis again, and today we're going to be hiking, actually starting at Jake's Creek Trail, but we're going to go to Cucumber Gap, and then that circles around to Little River Trail. But before we get started, let me give you some directions on how to get here, and those are coming up right now. If you're driving from the Maryville-Alcoa area, you will pass through the city of Townsend. When you get here to the Townsend Y, you're going to make a left going towards Gatlinburg. It's about a 25-minute drive from the Townsend Y to this point, and then you're going to make a right going towards Elkmont Campground. You will drive for about another 3 to 4 minutes, and then you're going to make a left at this point towards the Elkmont Nature Trail. Pass through this little area. This is parking for Little River Trail over on the left. We're going to continue on up this hill. Trailhead starts directly in front of us, but we're going to turn to the right, and then we're going to pull over in this parking area. And as you can see, there is quite a bit of parking. Let's get parked here and get situated, and we can get started. And as you can see where the parking area is in relation to the trailhead where it starts, you're right here at it. And this is where we start. All right, welcome back. As I mentioned, we're going to be hiking Cucumber Gap over to Little River Trail. It's about 5.5 miles and actually makes a loop, so kind of a nice little hike to do, just for the fact that you can make the loop and come back around. So I always enjoy those when we have the opportunity. But like I said, it's about 5.5 miles. Probably take about 2.5 to 3 hours depending on my pace. So anyway, let me show you around here as we start on the trail, and then I'll switch over to the chest mount and put the GoPro there, and we'll get started. So to give you an idea, right there is the trailhead. You only have to walk about 30-40 seconds, and you can come right up here and see where some of the old cabins used to be, and you'll see that it's right here on the river, large mountain stream, whatever you want to call it. But got some of the stone foundations that are still here. There's a couple more up here that I'll show you. Here's another one. This one's probably more intact than any of the others. So that would have been the porch entry area. And you can see the fireplace here. There's a couple more up here too. We'll check those out. Here is another one. And yet another one. So several of these that were here at one time. And this is all that remains. I don't know, just something about these. I just find them interesting, where you can see what, you know, the past looked like back in the day. And then we'll walk right over here. This is much easier to do right now in the wintertime, when most everything is dead right now. Not a lot of stuff grown up. So there's another one. This one actually faces this direction. We got one more up here. No, I take that back. Got quite a few more. All right, so here is another fireplace and chimney that's intact. Here is another one. And look at this back here. It's like they've cleaned this up a little bit. Usually it's kind of difficult to get back through here, but so there's a wall that's left. Probably would have been part of like a basement or crawl space underneath the cabin. And then there's the chimney and fireplace. And then there's even another one back here. Good grief, I didn't realize there was this many. Usually when you're up here in the spring, summer, and fall, you can't really see all these because everything's so grown up. But yeah, there's one more. But I mean, we're right here at the trail, so we'll head back up here. We still got a ways to go, but I did want to at least show you that you don't really have to walk that far on Jake's Creek Trail. And you can see quite a few things if you find that interesting. And there's more up here. I'll give you a quick glance of those. If not, I could spend the whole day right here. But anyway, let's head up on here a little farther. All right, we didn't have to walk very far. And there's one over here. Let's see if we can get up here. Ugh. There's another one. We can see what's left. And then directly across from here, another chimney. Just got to be careful here. It's a kind of a steep little spot. But get back through here. This tree fell, kind of blocking it off, but I think we can get to it. Well, there's this one. As you can see, there's a lot of old pieces in this thing that people have found and set them up there. And then I just happened to see this one over here. Let's see if we can get around to it. Like I said, this is a little bit more difficult when everything's grown up, when the weather is warmer. But yeah, one last chimney here, at least that I'm aware of. That is a lot more than I recall. Like I said, this is like within the first 5 minutes of this trail, so plenty to see if this is something that you're interested in. But we've got a cabin up here that they actually refurbished. It had gotten fairly dilapidated, but we're gonna go up here and check this one out. I got my flashlight. I got some feedback last time on this one that it was too dark and nobody could see anything. Oh, hang on, we got one more before we go here. This is another cool spot. All right, so take a look at this one. Like, I don't know if this was the basement for one of these cabins, or if this was used more for like storage for supplies and things up here. But I don't know, that's one of the largest structures that still remains up here. So that is pretty awesome. But we're gonna head across the road now and look at this cabin that, as I mentioned, that they did refurbish this one. Well, and here's another little structure. I missed it. I was so excited to get up there and show you that other one. Here's another small one, which is pretty cool. But we're headed right over here. If I can quit getting distracted. So this is the David Chapman cabin. So I'm not going to get into all the info on that. You can definitely look that up and research it yourself. And we're headed in there, I promise. But I keep finding stuff which I don't know how I've missed in the past. But let's walk over here real quick. So another chimney. Man, I've said another 500 times. If you're playing a drinking game right now, you're completely wasted at this point. But every time I say that word. All right. So that one. And then I don't recall ever coming back here to see this giant concrete pad. There's the cabin. We'll get there. So yeah, another structure here. All right, I promise. Now we're headed over here. All right, so we're finally here. And as I mentioned earlier, I did get some feedback the last time I did a hike up here that couldn't see in here well. So I do have the flashlight this time. Hopefully this will show up a little better. But this is one of the cabins that they have refurbished because it was getting in pretty bad shape. And this is open to the public to come in and view. You cannot stay in these cabins, but they're open to the public, so you can come in here and see what they're like. There was the actual bathroom back in the day, and they've got it glassed off so nobody can actually go in there and use it. We'll go upstairs in a minute because that is going to be the coolest part. Here is the kitchen area. Then you would have had a nice view out here of the water. Alright, well, let's head upstairs. It's going to be the best part. Alright, so that was another bathroom area. Hopefully you can see that. And then one of the bedrooms. And another small bedroom. I guess you could have used it for that. These basically were like summer vacation spots. Come up here and stay, so you didn't need a ton of amenities, just enough to stay the week and kind of enjoy yourself. But anyway, hopefully people can see this a lot better with the flashlight. But let's head back out. We ain't even got started on the trail yet, so let's go. Well, we're back on the trail again, and as you can see, this used to be a road, so you could just drive up through here. Would make things a lot easier. But we're almost up here to where we get to the first intersection in the trail. Alright, so this is literally like maybe a 5-minute walk to get to this point. And you'll come to a sign that says Jake's Creek Trail pointing to the left. That's where we're going to go. This actually is a little short trail that goes up and doesn't loop. Doesn't go very far. But it does, you can continue on, and it's a shortcut over to one of the other trails that branches off. So I've done that before, and I've got a video on it. I think it was like Mystery Trail Solved. I don't remember what the name of it was, but anyway, I do have that in my YouTube feed somewhere. But let's head on up this way. You'll come to this little man-made bridge to get over the creek here, but still pretty awesome sight. And I will warn you, this first little incline here of this trail, it doesn't look like much, but it will definitely get your cardio going. So, and fortunately, not that long of a walk, but it's definitely enough to get your attention. So just be prepared for that. All right, so after that little cardio workout, you'll come to this first intersection. And so right here, Jake's Creek Trail continues on this way. Meg's Mountain, point 1, so you can't see it from here, but the trail does split off. Meg's Mountain, that's the trail, that first intersection we came to, it's kind of the shortcut to get to it, all right? Jake's Gap's 3 miles that way, and I have done that before. But today, we're gonna do Cucumber Gap Trail, which is 2.3 miles over the Little River Trail. So let's head that way. So this trail is pretty much just a walk through the woods until we get over to Little River Trail. And the last time that I hiked this, it was snowing or had snowed, which made it pretty awesome. So this is the only second time I've done this loop, but I've had to hike the last 2 weekends in the snow, and I like it, but I think I've already had my fill of it. So I'm ready for spring, believe it or not. So it is a nice change of pace for the snow to be melted off and things getting somewhat back to normal. So anyway, we'll continue on. There's not a ton of things to see on this trail, but once we get over to Little River, the views definitely pick up. There's a lot of stuff over there for us to see. Well, and as soon as I said that, we come to this little water crossing. Not much of anything, but definitely something a little different. I can't remember how many of those we actually cross on this trail, but we'll find out. All right, so look at this. This is a nice little stream that we get to go over. Got a couple of points here. There's one, and then we've got this one, which is going to be a little bit more challenging. Luckily, I've got my waterproof boots on, but there's a couple of spots in here where it could easily go up over the top of it, but that's pretty cool. Well, and here's another little crossing. So it's not much, and it's primarily just going to be runoff, but as I mentioned earlier, we've had snow up here the last couple of weekends, and it finally warmed up enough and it started to melt off. So you're going to see a lot more water, which is good because we always have a drought towards the end of summer and through the fall, and the water levels drop significantly. And usually January, February, with the rain and snow that we get, it builds that back up. So that's always a nice sight to see. And here is another little water crossing. I mean, these aren't much, but it's something, and it breaks up the trail. So definitely more of these than what I remembered. Well, it's not much of a view, but it may be one of the few that we actually get. But you can see the sun coming up over the mountains in the background. But we will continue on. Well, here's another overlook. This one actually might be a little better. So you can see the mountains in the distance. Probably not going to show up great on the GoPro, but I mean, during the spring, summer, and fall, all this is grown up and you can't see any of it. So that is one of the many benefits of hiking in the winter time. Now, I will say I do like to see when things start to green up and there's a lot more leaves on the trees, but visibility this time of year is just about perfect. So you can just see so much better. But let's keep moving. And here is another little water runoff spot. So, man, there's a lot more on this trail than I remembered. So that's pretty cool. And it's not a lot, but anyway, it's just nice to see the water levels back up and healthy again. All right, so how in the world did I forget about this? Holy cow. Huh. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I'm trying to see if there's another spot down here to cross that might be a little easier, but I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Oh. Let's see. Decisions. Yeah, this is, I don't remember this at all. Maybe the water levels were so low, that's why I don't remember it. But man, this is a pretty significant water crossing. I think if I can just get down through here, I'll be okay. You just never know if one of these rocks is gonna move with you or not, though. Oh. I don't really like to be climbing on a wet log. Oh. Man, oh man. Okay. That was more of a challenge than I expected. So definitely be prepared for that, because I was not. Alright, so we made it here. Here's the intersection of Little River Trail. So if we go on up that way, there's actually a huge bridge up there to go across, but I'm not going that far today. But we're going to make a left and go back down towards the beginning of the trailhead. But just to give you a shot here, that's Cucumber Gap Trail, where we just came from, and then Little River Trail. So we've got 2.4 miles to get back down here to where the trail actually starts, but today it's where we're going to be ending. So let's head that way. So this is what Little River Trail looks like for the most part. Really flat, wide, not a whole lot of incline on it. So that's why a lot of people choose this particular trail to hike. It's very popular, especially in the spring, summer, and fall. But it's an easy trail. Got a lot to see on it, so I'll point out some of those sites as we get down here closer to the end. There is a lot of water flowing right now from all of the snow that melted from last week. Like, this is crazy. You're not gonna be able to hear it on the GoPro, but man, it is loud. And this is Husky Branch Falls. Kind of give you an idea what this looks like. But here's the waterfall. Look at that. pretty awesome. All right, so that's another shot of Husky Branch Falls before we leave this spot. Look at that view. That is a lot of water going down the river right now. So we've got this view of the river, and then all of a sudden still got some major ice here that is finally starting to melt. I mean, this is kind of crazy. Like, it's a beautiful day and there's like hardly anybody on this trail yet, which is just odd. This thing is usually just covered up with people. I mean, it's still a little cool, but it's definitely warming up. I'd say it's probably near 40, and I've only seen 3 other people so far. But anyway, I'm enjoying the trail, having it to myself for the most part. So one of the cool things about this trail is it does follow the river up through here most of the way, so you've got a good scenic view almost the entire trail. And I mean, you've even got a place to sit and relax and just look at the river. All right, so you get to this little spot right here. I want to show you this real quick because it is pretty awesome. So this is what is known as the Troll Bridge, which is pretty cool. No trolls though, but still a pretty awesome sight. I'll show you something here in just a second. There's a foundation right up here we'll go across. So we're headed over the Troll Bridge now. I'll show you this little area back here. All right, you can definitely see this a lot better now in the wintertime, but that is the steps that would have come into this particular cabin, and then this would have been the floor level, so it would have had probably a crawl space underneath it. But there you can see the old fireplace and chimney. There's part of the chimney and the flue, and then, like, I guess this one had 2, so there's that one and then this one, and that's where that actual flue is from. But anyway, that's a pretty awesome little spot back here, and you can see another set of steps, and you can hear the airplane in the background. So we're still next to civilization. But anyway, that's a cool little spot. And there's another one right down here on the other side we'll go look at real quick. Not as good as this one, but still pretty awesome. All right, so we're headed back across the Troll Bridge, and we'll go right over here to this other foundation. And I mean, we're literally like right here. There's the bridge, the other foundation right across there. This takes you right to the main trail, which is literally right there. And then right here is the other foundation, an old cabin that used to be here. So as you can see, that wall is still pretty much intact. And then right here where the entrance would have been. And then you can see it would have had a concrete and rock porch there, or entrance. And then let's see if we can dive under this tree here. There's more of the foundation, and then there's another chimney and fireplace. So directly across from where we turned there to go see the Troll Bridge, there's another one right here. Not another bridge, but another foundation. This one's pretty awesome too. So this would have been the entrance. Go up the steps. We're going to go around since it's kind of a big drop off here in the back. And then here's the fireplace on this one. And as you can see, this would have been about where the floor level was, kind of equal to where the the steps stopped here. But anyway, we're almost at the end of the trail, which actually I guess is the trailhead or the start of this one. But for us, since we did the loop, we're coming to an end. So all this stuff right here is really, really close. It's like a 5-minute walk from down here. So we'll head down here and I'll show you what the parking area looks like. All right, so this is what I thought was the troll bridge the first time I came up here. And as you can see, they've got a sign right now to stop. They're trying to grow back a lot of the plant life and stuff in some of these areas has been trampled down, but you can still see down through there that would have been some kind of a entrance down, you know, I don't know what it was, a walkway entrance, but anyway, I thought that was the troll bridge, but it wasn't. It was just up the trail just a little bit. So anyway, that's still a pretty cool sight. And then, I mean, that's literally where we were at. That's the trail up through there, and here is the trailhead where it's blocked off, as you can see. And then there is plenty of parking down through here. And then I'm going to show you real quick where we need to go to get back up to where I parked. All right, so this is the parking area for the Little River Trail. And as you can see, there are quite a few cars down through there. And this is where we came this morning when I was giving you directions on how to drive up here. So we do have to walk up this road. Probably take us 2 or 3 minutes, but it's not that bad. And here we are up at the top of this hill and back to the parking area. You can see the old Mazda parked in the background, and that's the loop. So there you have it. All right, that was Cucumber Gap over to Little River Trail. It's a 5.5 mile loop. Takes about 2.5 to 3 hours depending on your pace. Definitely a lot to see. I showed you the remnants of some of the old foundations and chimneys, probably way too much, so I apologize for that. Tried to show you the Little River area over there itself. We had Husky Branch Falls, which was awesome. But overall, a really great trail to hike. And even if you can't walk that far, come into the Elkmont area, do the first part of Jake's Creek so you can see that, or just go over and do Little River Trail. That one's a great one. Not really any incline. It's nice and flat and wide, so perfect spot to go, especially if you can't walk that far. So I would highly recommend it. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. I'd also go ahead and ask that you hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything. It'll just give you a notification the next time I publish another video. But until next time, just keep walking.